Alright, there are three things you need to know about the tangent of any circle. So we'll start in here with GeoGebra. Let me pull that up. So there's GeoGebra. And I put a point on GeoGebra already. And let's make a circle out of that point. So I click the circle tool, click the point to represent the center of my circle, and click another point to represent the radius, or how big around the circle needs to be. Now the tangent here is this button, but how I got there is I clicked the little red arrow at the bottom, went down to tangents, clicked on the point we want it to be tangent to, and click on the circle. Okay, that line just touches that circle and that one blue point, nowhere else. That's what a tangent is. Okay, now I'm going to construct the radius, so I click the line tool, and we want a segment between 2 points. So I'm going to put the segment here between these 2 points, and there's my radius. Now the second property you need to know is how to find the angle, or what that angle is. And so I'm going to click on the two lines here, and notice it's 90 degrees. Now I popped it in kind of a weird spot, but we'll undo it and try it in a different, whoops, dang it. Let me undo that, didn't mean to do that. We'll try it here and here this time. Still put it in the same place. But it's 90 degrees there, so it's going to be 90 degrees in each of these areas too. So what we can do then is, no matter how I move this tangent or how big or small the circle is, it will always be 90 degrees. So a tangent is always perpendicular to the diameter or the radius. That's the second thing you need to know. So we know what a tangent is. Now we know that it's always perpendicular to the center, or to the radius or the diameter. Okay, so that's the second thing. Now the third thing you need to know is, let's put in another tangent in here. Whoops, we need a point. So let's put a point in here somewhere. And then put in another tangent. Okay. Kind of move some things around. And I'm going to put a point where these two lines cross. And I'm going to measure the distance between the tangent point and that point I just created where they intersect in both cases. Look at that. They're both 4.15. So let's go maybe make it a little bit bigger. Change my font size to maybe a 20 so it's easier to see. Might take just a moment. Yep, there we go. So that one's 4.15 and that one's 4.15. And the beautiful part about this is, no matter how I change it, how I change the circle, the distance to D, from B to D and C to D, is always the same. No matter how I manipulate it. Always the same. And so that's the third thing you need to know about tangents. Where they cross, their intersection point is always the same distance to the tangent point on the circle. So notice what you have here. We have, if you trace this out now, an isosceles triangle where these two are always equal. So those are the three things. You need to know what a tangent is. You need to know that the tangent always makes a 90 degree with the diameter or the radius, and when the two tangents meet, they form an isosceles triangle between the tangent points and the point of intersection. So if you connect those three, you'll always get an isosceles triangle where the two line segments are equal there between the tangent and the intersecting point, between the tangent points and the intersecting points. So those are the three most important things you can ever do or ever know about the tangents of a circle. And thanks a lot. See you later.